Hello everyone, welcome back to Xylem, welcome back to the world of English. My name is Nasser Faruddin, Faculty of English, and I will be helping you cover the entire syllabus for your upcoming English examination. This is actually a series of videos, and if you haven't watched the first videos, please do check the video section and consider subscribing the channel for the upcoming videos. And ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we'll be discussing a very interesting chapter from our core textbook, which is The Book That Saved the Earth. The Book That Saved the Earth is written by Claire Boyko. She was a famous American writer, short story writer and playwright. And her writing style, simple, conversational, and focused on human emotions and moral dilemmas, moral confusions. This is about the author. And the setting of this play, this act, is very important. This is actually a play. Okay, this is actually a one-act play, and the setting is very important. And before that, what is this chapter? The Book That Saved the Earth. What does that mean? What does that even mean? The Book That Saved the Earth is a one-act play by Claire Boyko about Martians. Martians, people who lives in Mars. It's an imaginary thing for the time being, but Martians who abandoned their plan to invade Earth after misinterpreting a children's book of nursery rhymes. This is the whole idea of the chapter. This is the whole idea of the play. So from this description itself, you can easily understand it's a very interesting chapter, right? And what is the setting of the story? It is very crucial in this play, in this one-act play setting. The time referred here, the story is set in the 25th century. Okay, to give you a little perspective, we are living in 21st century. So this is a story that happens in the future, 25th century, long after events it describes, right? So even though the story happens in 25th century, the events described in this chapter is not happening in 25th century. It happens in 2040. Okay, 2040, a Martian invasion of 2040 is the event described here. And the place, the main settings include, so we have there are three places, there are three settings in this play. The first one is Museum of Ancient History, Department of the 20th century. So the story is happening, or the narrator, the historian, is explaining the story from 25th century, and that particular place is the Museum of Ancient History, Department of 20th century, where the historian explains the events of the past. The second setting is Mars Space Control, the Martians Command Center. And the third place, the third setting, Centerville Public Library, Earth, where the Martian crew explores book and uncovers Earth's secrets. Right? So these are the setting of the story. And the more interesting thing about the characters. The first one, historian. Historian is the narrator of the story, explains past events and guides the audience through history. And we have this great and mighty think tank. The name of the character is think tank, but he calls himself the great and mighty think tank. Commander-in-chief of Mars, extremely intelligent, arrogant and vain, plans to invade Earth. Okay, he has this plan to conquer or invade Earth. Apprentice Noodle, think tank's assistant. Apprentice means assistant, obedient to think tank, clever and responsible for communication and operations. And we have Captain Omega, Lieutenant Iota and Sergeant O. Who is Captain Omega? Leader of the Martian space crew sent to invade Earth. And we have Lieutenant Iota, Martian crew member, careful and respectful, and Sergeant O. Okay, Martian crew member, physically strong but slow in understanding. Okay, so that is Sergeant O. And now let's analyze the story in detail. Okay, right. So introduction, the era of the book, The play is set in 25th century. The narrator is explaining things from 25th century. A historian, he is the narrator of the story or the narrator of the play, explains that the 20th century was called the era of the book. The century we are living in? No, we are living in 21st century, right? 20th century, a period between 1901 and 2000 is called the era of book, because books were the main source of knowledge at that point of time. She introduces a strange event from the year 2040, it's in 21st century, when a book surprisingly saved Earth from a Martian invasion. Okay, let's see what happened. The Martians plan to invade Earth. On Mars, the great and mighty think tank, the proud and foolish ruler of Mars, plans to invade Earth. He believes Earth is a primitive planet. His assistant, Noodle, contacts the Martian space probe that has landed on Earth. And what happens? Discovery of books on Earth. The Martian crew, who all are in the crew, Captain Omega, Lieutenant Iota, and the Surgeon Oop, land inside a public library. Okay, that is what we have mentioned earlier, right? The Centreville Public Library. And yeah, they are confused, they are perplexed, they are confused by the large number of books, because as Martians they couldn't understand what that is. They didn't know what a book is, or what is the purpose of a book is. What is the purpose of a book? Since they have never seen books before, they make funny and wrong guesses, thinking books are sandwiches, hats, or communication devices. And think tank's misinterpretation of books. Think tank wrongly explains that books are sandwiches eaten by earthlings. He orders the crew to eat a book, causing Surgeon Oob great discomfort. Later, Think Tank claims books are used for listening and then for watching, showing his ignorance. Even though he claims he's the most intelligent of being in the galaxy, he's not. Mother Goose and Martians' fear. The Martians read nursery rhymes from the book Mother Goose. Mother Goose is a popular nursery rhyme book. But Think Tank misunderstands, rather he misinterprets them and thinks they are serious threats. He believes that earthlings can grow silver, send animals to the moon, and rebuild broken beings. When he reads the rhyme about Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, okay, he becomes frightened and thinks that the Earth people are planning to attack Mars and capture him. Actually, this is a very short, explanation of things, because in the book, in the real play, things have been explained in detail. Okay, so do read it. It's a pleasure to read. Panic and retreat. Terrified, Think Tank immediately orders the cancellation of the invasion. He commands the Martians to leave Earth and flee far away to Alpha Centauri, abandoning Mars itself. Okay, so that's how the story ends. Conclusion: Earth is saved. The historian concludes that a simple book of nursery rhymes saved Earth from destruction. In the future, humans and Martians become friendly. Noodle, now wise, replaces Think Tank, but the Martians still fear raiding Mother Goose. Okay, and what are the themes of the story? First one, power of books and knowledge. The play shows that books are powerful tools of knowledge. Even a simple nursery rhyme book saves Earth from invasion, proving that knowledge can be stronger than weapons. It's a symbolic, meaning. And ignorance and misinterpretation. The Martians misunderstand books and nursery rhymes due to the ignorance. Wrong interpretation of information leads to fear, confusion, and foolish decisions. And we have the pride and false superiority of the mighty Think Tank. Think Tank believes he is the most intelligent being in the universe, but his pride makes him blind to truth. The play criticizes arrogant leaders who lack real wisdom. and humor and satire as social commentary. This is again a social commentary. This is not only a children's play, rather it's a social commentary. The author uses humor to express the foolishness of war, blind authority, and lack of education, delivering serious messages in an entertaining way. And if you haven't read the original play, please do read the play. It is such a beautiful experience to read the play, so do not miss that experience. Okay, and that's all about the chapter. And I have also prepared a chapter test based on this particular play, and you can attempt that exam in the description box. Check the description box for the chapter test. And thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.